Hello and welcome. You're listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast, a D&D campaign based on Greek mythology. My name is Todd, and I'll be the DM for this adventure. Now the players will say hello themselves.
Hello, my name is Macy, and I will be playing Aldora. Long time no see.
Yo, what up? I'm Dylan. I play Becca, the Tiefling Cleric.
Hey everyone, my name is Dimi, and I play Casto, the Druid.
I'm Becca, and I play Kyriaki.
Hi, I'm Kevin. I'm still playing Malachi.
And here's a little story about the goddess of wisdom. At the jagged summit of Mount Tenero, where no birds flew and no stars dared to watch, the goddess Athena stood, unbowed but no longer pristine. Her white dress, once radiant as moonlight on marble, clung to her like soaked parchment, streaked with ash, ichor, and blood, both divine and foul. The golden trim had dulled beneath the soot of endless battle. Her golden girdle, dinted and scorched, clung to her waist like a soldier's last vow. A single pauldron crowned her left shoulder, still gleaming, etched with the labyrinth markings of Daedalus himself, now chipped by demon claws. Upon her left arm, her round shield bore the petrifying visage of Medusa, eyes aglow with a ceaseless curse. Her spear, radiant once, now hummed with wariness. Each thrust had slain horrors that festered from dark pools, beasts with flame for teeth, wings made of screams, and hands that reached for her very soul. She did not eat, she did not sleep, she did not falter. Her light blue eyes, once tranquil like a calm sea, were now the cold shine of steel left out in the storm. Wavy brown hair clung to her face beneath the golden helm crowned with wings, once symbols of swiftness and wisdom, now symbols of endurance through pain. And still they came. Demons of another world, creatures of cruelty, shadows come to life from the darkness, spawns of larger dark creatures that had fallen to her spear, crawling, gnashing, and whispering. They had tried to break her mind, tried to tempt her to rest, promised her dominion, godhood unopposed, even love, but they didn't understand Athena. She was not born of seduction or indulgence. She was born from the split skull of Zeus, forged of intellect and resolve. She was war and wisdom intertwined, and war, when guided by wisdom, does not tire. Each night bled into the next dawn. Her spear became a lightning rod for the fury of Olympus. Her shield turned hearts to stone and bones to rubble. But it was not triumph she wore. It was perseverance, cracked but unyielding. There were no prayers up here, no temples, no offerings. Only her. Only the battlefield she had vowed to hold. Below her was the temple of Poseidon, numerous other temples constructed by the Spartans, and a doorway to the underworld. She must keep the more powerful demons busy and defend this place. And though her knees buckled at times beneath the weight of eternity, Athena did not kneel. When the last demon lunged, a writhing beast of 100 mouths, chanting in some disgusting tongue, she did not roar, she whispered. A prayer not for herself, but for the mortals below. Then she drove the golden spear through its heart, all of them. It collapsed in a wail of rust and fire. Silence followed, a stillness that hadn't touched the mountain in months. And Athena stood, alone but undefeated. She did not start out alone. 89 days and 16 hours ago, she called for the aid of mortals and immortals alike. It gave her worry when only 40 mortals responded. There were warriors ready to defend the temples and surrounding towns. Unfortunately, they were no match for the invading creatures. Since then, she had studied them, studied their biology, their movements, and their tactics. She was like a boulder in the middle of a river. The invading army swept around her, dying as they passed. After 94,324 Tenarok, 176,896 Balgara, 63,132 rocks, 108,936 Hezros, 320,400 Glabrozus, 96,120 Marilis, 98,256 Garistros, and 40,976 Balers. They only attack her now with what they call Demon Lords. The first one surprised her with its size and strength, but the ones named Athtath, Zonok, Algoras, Zigdroth, Torzin, and Enerith taught her that they all fall the same. Her family will soon come to her aid, and she will remain vigilant. The wind howled. The sky remained starless under their darkness. Her shield dripped with blackened blood. Her eyes scanned the horizon, already searching for the next threat, because she knew the truth. Victory was not a moment. Victory was enduring long enough to protect those who could not endure it at all. She did not have to wait long. Athena stood ready at the mountaintop, her feet planted firmly in the stone, spear extended, shield ready. A large demon then erupted from the darkness like a tidal wave of hate. A large flail crashing down in an arc of fire, frost, and necrotic energy. The head of the flail is easily the size of a human's chest and carries great strength behind it. Athena pivots, her shield absorbing the blow with a flash up Medusa's face, forcing the demon to recoil as part of its form begins to petrify. She retaliates with a divine lunge, golden spear piercing through the shadows, burning radiant glyphs into its chest. The mountain shakes. The large creature becomes smoke and reforms behind her, flail aimed for the back of her head. But Athena is strategy incarnate. Without looking, she drops to one knee, spinning her shield to catch the blow. She then vaults forward, swinging her leg out for balance, slashing across his knee with the shaft of her spear, sweeping the leg and bringing the god-sized demon to a stagger. The mountain itself bleeds shadow. The creature of darkness calls forth a circle of lesser demons, buying time to regenerate. Athena is surrounded. With a grim calm, she lets out a war cry that shatters the silence, exploding with radiant energy. Her spear whirls with divine precision, disarming, parrying, and piercing. 3 demons fall before the rest even strike. Her shield glows, petrifying 2 more, and she spins mid-air to hurl the spear directly into the large one's heart. He roars, but does not fall. Athena's dress is torn, caked in soot and demon bile. Her hair is matted to her with a mix of sweat and black blood. The white fabric clings to her like blood-stained silk, yet her eyes burn brighter than ever. The demon lord now bleeds from a dozen wounds, each sealed with abyssal chains to hold itself together. He unleashes a final despair pulse, an ability he gained on his rise to becoming a demon lord in the abyss, and it drops the mountain into pure silence and nullifies all sound and light. In the darkness, he feels safe. In the darkness, he knows she cannot see. In the darkness, he feels at home. But Athena's golden glow cuts through the knoll. The Medusa shield blazing, her spear shining like dawn. The demon lord roars out in anger, pulling his flail up to strike. She charges, a golden glow, shield forward, and impels them through the mouth mid-roar. Velzeroth, demon lord of the endless strife, collapses, writhing as the light from Athena's spear consumes him from within, turning the demon lord into a statue of ash. Athena, breathing steady, retrieves her weapon and turns to the strip of land that connects this mountain with the rest of Greece. Still surrounded by night, still atop this mountain, her battle continues, because the abyss never sleeps.
Hello, my name is Kevin, and you are listening to the Dungeon Speak podcast.
So, Andrak and Aldora, what are your perception checks?
+5
Natural
by
20 for a 29.
Nice.
Actually, that's a 34. 'Cause you forgot
Never
the +5.
mind. It was that, yeah.
34. God.
And that's a 20 for Mandrake. Soft. Flaccid 20, even.
Oh.
Uh,
Thank you.
All
You're
right.
welcome, Kevin.
Well, let's get this thing up. Aldora,
No, it's still flaccid.
you hear fighting. Like,
Oh.
not like chink, chink, ah, uh. You hear battle. Like
Oh.
many weapons, many creatures, many people. And it lasts, well, actually, I guess, what do you want to do? Let me say that before I'm like, well, you listen for about 10 minutes, being like, nah, it's fine. So what would you like to do as you hear this happening? Come on, Aldora. Lives are on the line. Let's go.
Eldora's going to kind of stand up and look around and try to listen for where it sounds like it's coming from.
It sounds like it's kind of coming from the hallway where you guys snuck around to sneak behind these the demonic fiery creatures. Like you hear it coming from that direction.
Eldora will look over at Andrak. Do you hear that? Like, people fighting?
Does he?
Make another perception check now that she has told you about it.
Oh, boy.
Go, gadget ears!
He pulls up a listening horn. That's a 25.
You hear the faint sounds of battle coming from the direction that she heard it from.
Sneaky up to a wall and try to peer out.
Stealth check.
And Dimitri, just to clarify, there's also a bonus to stealth here?
Yes,
Nope.
+5.
Oh, man.
Ha! I win. First one is a 26.
If you remain
And-
within the hearth, obviously, right?
With disadvantage is a 20.
That's still good. All right, so you sneak up to the corner, and as you peer around, past the T intersection that you guys came from, and then 15 feet past that is another T intersection, opposite direction, but far beyond that, probably about 40, 50 feet, hard to tell, you can see it opens up into another room, and you're kind of watching, and you hear it slightly, very faintly, but you can't see anything. And then, all of a sudden, you see one of these fire creatures kind of like running away, trying to leave that room on the opposite direction of what you are. And you see this spear fly through the air, and it seems to pin this creature in the back of its head against the wall. And then you see the spear disappear, and you see its corpse just drop to the ground.
What did the spear look like?
From this distance, you really can't tell anything. Like, you could tell it wasn't golden. Like, if that was your question.
Well, yeah, if it wasn't like shimmering gold or dark black, that would be the only like general color sense.
Actually, it was very dark in color, but you can't tell if it was a brown or a black.
With the coloration, he's just going to assume it's infighting, but he's just staring for a moment, keeping his eyes on it.
After that happens, you hear no more fighting. It seems to have died out.
He'll look back at Eldora. There was a fight happening.
Fight? But
Yes.
aren't we the only ones here that are, well, besides the demons, but
It-
that are fighting them?
One of those creatures tried to flee and was pinned against the wall by a spear. From the color, I assume maybe an infight. Could be a challenge left, or maybe one of the statues took over their minds. It is hard to tell.
It's interesting.
We could
This is-
investigate ourselves, but how much longer would there be for the rest?
Hour or two.
The others would be awake in about an hour. We could
And
wait
what-
for them and try to follow it once everybody's available, or go ourselves, but I think it wiser to wait.
I would agree on waiting, because this place is full of traps, and we don't know what else is out there. Sure, we could be fine while all grouped up together, but with just the two of us, we could come across something even worse.
Just the two of us. We can make it if we try.
Just the two of us.
You and I.
You and I. There you go, Todd.
All the purple go back to sit down.
Andrak's going to keep, like, on his knee watching this area, just listening for it.
Alright. Eventually, people start to wake up on their own. You see no more movement, no more sounds of fighting.
When everyone wakes up, you'll all see Andrak is on the other side of the courtyard of the statue of Demeter, and he's, like, intently listening and staring out one way.
As Malachi stumbles up to his feet after waking, he kind of stretches, looks over. Is everything all right? Did you see something down that hall?
Yes.
What?
Is everybody awake?
Is everybody awake? I think so.
Yeah, I mean, everybody kind of wakes up at their own leisure once people's trying to start rousing, but yeah.
He'll look to everybody. There was a fight down this way. One of the creatures got pinned against a wall. The spear was dark in color, but I couldn't make out much. I think it might have been a fight between the creatures, but I am unsure.
They're fighting each other now?
I wouldn't be surprised. They don't seem to be all that civilized from what we've seen.
Perhaps the gods are intervening. Maybe they stepped on too many toes here, and the gods are acting against them.
There's another thought I had. Maybe one of the statues had a trap that altered minds.
Intriguing.
We will not know until we get closer.
Well, then let's move out. I guess, do you want to investigate that area first this morning?
That would be preferential, just to clear the area. Is there any objections to this?
I think you should have a hearty breakfast first, but that's just my take.
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. For sure, Malachi is going to go up to that pile of delicious-looking food and
have a McGriddle.
Well, that's
McGriddle.
That's advice for everybody. You need to have a good breakfast. You should not fast in the morning.
I got this from Ronald McDonald, the god of McDonald's.
Oh, no.
Oh, God.
There's a lot of grease. You have disadvantage on everything.
But you, except for, enjoyment checks, because, my god, it's a McGriddle.
In the spirit of breakfast food, I think Malachi is gonna take some oats. He's gonna eat some oats.
Ration time.
Gonna take a little bit of, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're just dried oats, so would it mess it up if he watered them down some of his water to soften them a bit?
No. But, I mean, you gotta remember, they didn't really eat oats the way we do these days.
They just ate that shit straight.
Still good for you.
Yeah, he's gonna eat some oats for breakfast.
Alright, you get plus 10 to your maximum hit points for 8 hours.
Hey, that's very beneficial.
Uther, may I have some oat?
I will remind you, they are pretty high in fiber, though, so in about 7 hours, you might want to clear your schedule.
Yeah. He takes these oats and he starts eating them, and he's just making lots of pleased faces as he's eating them. Full, body movements, his shoulders roll back with every bite. He's very much enjoying himself.
We've all been there. It's fine. It's me and pizza. Andrak, you said you're also having oats?
No, I was making a joke.
Oh, all right.
He's having a ration because he's not touching that shit.
You don't want to divide carrot?
Nope.
Alright. Is anybody else eating? I mean, you can eat your own stuff.
If anybody wants a ration, he can give them a ration. If they want to eat the bounty of Demeter, they can.
Eldra will sit next to Andrak. I'm not gonna do that. Can I have a ration, please?
No, he says, but he hands her a ration.
The cleric doesn't eat the food of the gods? Wow. It's awkward. Am I right?
It just feels like it's disrespectful to take from the gods.
That statue's spooky. Andrak doesn't want to go back towards it.
I would like to point out that Castor told us that it was acceptable, that she would not be mad about it.
I think Aldora is actually against the gods and doesn't want to tell anybody yet. She's working on an in-character arc.
Fine.
No, I like this. I'm all for it. Are you going to kill one of the characters whenever you're done? Whenever you actually turn villain and join the demons? Who's it going to be? It's got to be Malachi. He's been weakened so much. Or
I
just
don't
wait for
think I
Palace to get
even
in
need
close.
to kill Malachi. I'm pretty sure Malachi would just die from Kyriaki or Palace.
I was going to say, Palace and Kyriaki have been doing a fine enough job trying to kill Malachi. We don't need another person in on this train.
It's true. Well, I mean, you
Nope.
can't do Andrak. He can take every hit possible. You can't do Kyriaki, because if you try to kill her, she'll just turn around and kill you. So, it's gotta be Malachi. Palace is an
maybe
NPC,
Castor.
shouldn't count. Easy,
I like
too easy
that-
of a target, there's no honor.
I like that all the girls in the party are trying to kill Malachi.
Malachi seems to fall in as the default option for a lot of reasons in this group, and I'm interested to see how that happens.
I mean, what are you gonna do? Kill Andrak?
It's just because he's the softest and only normal-looking one in this entire party.
What do you mean?
Well, you cannot attack the old guy. Like, that's fucked up.
Andrak's normal looking.
I will call attention to the fact that we just talked about his blank stare that he does instead of sleeping. Totally normal, yeah.
He is a normal human man.
Certainly not concerning that his armor steams when he gets extra angry in the fights.
No, that's his body. That's not his armor.
Totally normal.
No, it's just him tensing up and flexing so hard it instantly vaporizes all his sweat. Like Zangief from Street Fighter.
Totally normal.
Alright, so what are you guys doing?
I will eat a pomegranate.
A pomegranate. That's a good choice, sir. That does something. Oh, well, that's a good one.
You take 9,000 points of delicious damage.
You somehow get whisked away to the underworld?
Not again! You're now married to Hades.
Oh. So that actually gives you advantage on 1 day saving throw, and it lasts 24 hours or until used.
Damn.
Get the joke? Because Underworld.
Say it again.
Aw. Advantage on 1 death saving throw. It lasts for 24 hours or until it's used.
Oh, okay. Cool.
You should go leave that on the statue of Persephone and see if she has a sense of humor.
You instantly die.
Turns out it's a no.
Okay.
All right.
After consuming, Andrak will lead the way towards where he saw the funny death thing.
Okay.
Was Kyriaki eating anything?
No. There was filling effect from the apple. It just tasted good, and food is to fill you, not to just be enjoyed.
You exit that room and you kind of go out the way you were looking. You can see to the left is the short hallway that you came from. 15 feet past that is a T-intersection where it turns right, 10 feet wide, seems to go down. You hear music faintly down that hallway in the distance, but you see nothing in the immediate vicinity. About 15 feet after that, the room it opens up into a room. It's about 40 feet by 40 feet. There is a entrance/exit to the room ahead of you, almost directly in the corner ahead and to the right. And then you can see to the left, there seems to be another opening to a hallway. You can't really see where it goes. You just see it curves off into a hallway of sorts. In the middle of this room is something interesting. There is another statue. This statue, you know what? I'm going to describe him, and at the same time, I'm going to drop a picture, and I want to see if y'all can guess who it is without me giving you any clues. You ready?
Yeah.
That was funny. Who do you think it is?
Father, is that you?
Apollo?
So, Becca, who do you think it is? All right.
Oh, God.
You guys see in the center of this room, it looks like there's an angry man as his marble statue. He's kind of leaning forward on one of his foots. He has one of his foots? All right. He's leaning forward on one of his feet. He has a cape on, a shield, a sword in one hand. He has a helm with a plume on it. He has a very short but curly beard, and he's got like a furrowed brow, and it looks like he's yelling.
Ares?
Yes, Aldora. That is Ares. He does not answer you, though, if you actually say that in character. But around the room, against the wall, you can see a lot of these fiery ooze creatures. You can see there is a total of 6 of them. 1 on one wall, 1 on the other, in a corner, 2 against one wall, 2 against the other, across on them. You don't see any weapons, but you can see weapon wounds. Like you see sword slashes, you can see spear slashes, you can see where spears were stuck through them. Andrak, you're looking at the one you saw last night. You can see a hole in its head, straight through it. You could probably put your finger or sword through there if you were really interested in doing that.
He's not.
Fair enough. You see the signs of battle, but you don't see the signs of the other side of battle. Like, only the demons. You don't see who might have been fighting them.
Just to be clear, are these demons alive?
No, they're really
they're dead.
You can see
good.
wounds on them.
This must have been the fight you were hearing. He looks over at the statue. Good. I mean, this is a thought, but perhaps Ares himself. That is Ares, right?
That is Ares, yes.
Yeah. Perhaps Ares himself stepped in and took some more action here. Or there's a trap and we should be extremely careful. I'm not really in the mood to make it on the bad side of the god of war.
May I search for traps by making a religious check?
What?
Let me explain. So this is a very religious area, and this statue tends to have religious leanings. And if Ares was a trap setter, what kind of traps would Ares set for his statue?
That's fair enough. Roll a religion check.
Thank you.
I like your way of arguing that.
You're welcome.
That's how you argue for a skill.
That is a 23.
Ares doesn't set traps.
But if he were to not set a trap, but plague his statue with a thing.
If Ares was going to say, I don't know, come out here and kill all of us, would that be obvious?
It is more likely that he would do that.
And how do we avoid that?
Don't hurt Aphrodite.
That is 100% true, yeah.
That's just poor planning on everybody's.
She's a gentle flower.
Okay.
Ish. You don't... I'm trying to think of a way to put it. Because, as you know, this is not going to be simple. Ares wouldn't set hidden traps. He would let you know what it is because he wants you to face a challenge. Like, in all of his followers have to face challenges. Like, the training for Spartans are based on following him. Like, they're challenged to starve to death, to hunt as children. Like, they know the challenges they face, but if they can succeed in those challenges is what makes them a follower of Ares. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyone got any input?
This might sound silly, but if we were to pray to the statue, I have a feeling some form of entity would come out to challenge us to a fight.
Oh.
But I don't think, as a group, that's what Ares would want. It'd probably be individual challenge.
A test of metal.
Yes. But that is just a guess.
Well, anybody interested in trying?
Andrak wordlessly is going to walk towards the statue.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Yep.
Where was I flying to? Okay, then.
That's a demon. Try again.
He's going to unsling Infernal Juggernaut first. And he's going to put that down in front of the statue. He's going to finally take that Bronze Cuirass scale mail equivalent and put it also in front of it. He's going to take 3,000 gold and put it there. And he's going to take a knee and stare right at the statue. It has been a long time. To you I offer these, and accept whatever challenges you put in front of me. I do not forget the debt that I owe you.
You feel nothing. You hear in your head this kind of abrupt voice. This was not my dear. I don't care for it, and I don't like it. I don't like these statues, and I have nothing that I want done with them. I am busy I will send something to challenge you. It is a duel. If you defeat it, you gain my blessing. If you lose, you die. It's that simple. If someone cheats and interferes with the duel, they are sent straight to the underworld. I will get them myself. Whether you understand or not is not my problem. That is it. That is the deal. Done. And you feel nothing but cold silence.
I like this guy.
This is great.
What do?
He stands up waiting for whatever challenge faces him.
Alright, as you stand there ready, from the wall behind Ares, you see a figure appear. You see he's wearing hoplite armor. His form is inside of the armor itself. And he has like a ghostly blue image inside the armor with like almost a wisp of mist moving around him. You see these glowing blue eyes inside the helmet itself. And you see he's holding a dark brown spear, a simple spear. And he has a bronze shield, chestplate, helmet, with a red cape flowing behind him. And he kind of makes a noise, not so much words, just like a wispy noise as he looks at you, and he raises his spear to his chest in kind of a salute.
Andrak will honorably salute back before entering a combat stance and placing his helmet on his head.
And with that, we roll for initiative. Becca, you get inspiration because you called it exactly.
Heh.
Also, Andrak would call back, "Do not interfere with this." So, just to let them know, don't stop him. And don't go closer.
Right. Andrak, what did you get for initiative?
I got a 17 there.
Oh, alright. You already had 17, so that's awesome. Alright. You go first as he raises his shield and lowers his spear, ready to fight.
Alright. Andrak is going to do the approach. He's going to stroll right on over. He's going to move a little bit past the statue, get towards the figure in the back of the room. Coming up with a swing, he tenses up. He's going to use his fighting spirit, and he's going to swing with advantage 3 times.
Alright. Well, that wouldn't have been embarrassing if you killed him.
First hit is a 22.
A 22 will hit, yes sir.
Following up, the second hit is another 22.
A 22 again will hit, yes sir.
The consistency of the 5e fighter. Following up, a 26.
Yes sir. Those all 3 hit. Last one
Is a soft crit.
yes sir.
First 2 together, like usual, is 21 points of slashing. Following up, his final one is another 26 points of slashing, and he stands at the ready.
Well, he's already pretty hurt.
So
All right.
He comes in with a 1-2 and a 3 big thrust.
This creature smiles as you hit it in kind of an awkward way as it sweeps its spear in an upward motion, and you see this blue light around it as it does so. Would you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Is this a spell or spell-like effect, or just an ability?
It's an ability.
Okay. Then it's not magical, but I'm pretty good at dex. 25.
A 25, yes sir. You take 10 points of force damage as this blue mist that follows the spear kind of like sweeps around it. And then he slams out with his shield.
I'm resistant to force damage.
Oh, wait, are you really?
Yep. Brooch of
Oh,
shielding.
that's cool. Nice. Unfortunately, he only rolls a 15 to hit with his shield.
That does not hit.
Alright. After that, he turns almost spectral and floats through you to be on the other side of you. But he is incorporeal at the moment. It is your turn.
It's incorporeal. Well, he's going to test for a swing, and he's going to attack 3 more times. That's a 21 to hit.
21 will hit, yes sir.
Following up, a 26 to hit.
Yes sir.
Third one is a 19 to hit.
Unfortunately, the 19 just kind of... Well, he's incorporeal, but It doesn't land. It seems to hit his shield and kind of like slide off of it.
Okay.
Almost like a parry.
And if this does any damage, we'll see. That is 18 points total from the first two. Does it actually go through?
It seems to not all go through, but he does take damage from it, yes.
Okay. And he will brace and hold it there.
Alright. Does he get to do this ability again? We're looking for a 5 or a 6. Shame. Alright. So he's going to try to hit you with his shield again. That is a 16 to hit.
That does not hit.
Fair enough. And then as he moves his shield to the side, he's going to lash out twice straight out with his spear. That's a natural 20 and then a 10.
Also, remember, no bonus damage, only the D100 roll because of Mizium armor.
Yeah. Alright.
So he can really take it.
Okay, so for the spear, you take 3 points of piercing damage plus 7 points of necrotic damage.
So how much total from the piercing?
3.
Okay. And then 7 necrotic?
Because it... Well, his spear, I believe, is regular damage? Yeah, it's regular damage, so I minus 2 divided by 2.
Okay.
And then it was 7 necrotic.
Alright, cool.
Kevin, are you busy?
No.
What's a O2 on a D100?
O2? Like 2?
Yes, sir.
A hard hit for 2 times damage.
I don't know if Andrak can take an extra 9 damage. Will he live through that?
Oh no, he's already down, guys. Oh no.
It's already down
Oh,
to
no.
still above 100, probably.
So, in the mind of this spectral creature, he's enjoying this because he doesn't get to fight fighters a lot. He usually fights people who don't belong here, but he feels like Andrak, he belongs here. Like, he is respecting Andrak as he fights him and, well, loses, to be real. But it's a respectable loss on his end because he's happy to lose sometimes, especially people who deserve it. He is corporeal, and it is your turn, Andrak. So everything you do will be 100%.
Keeping this fight alive, he deserves a worthy fight. I'm going to use another use of fighting spirit. First hit is a 15 to hit. Oof.
Unfortunately, at 15, you clink off his shield.
Oh dang, that's an 18 to hit. Yikes.
He moves to the side, raising the shield above his head.
Final hit is a 24 to hit.
You get him in the back as he moves.
And now it's just the standard damage because it doesn't count as a crit unless I hit 2 times first. So that is 14 points of slashing coming
Still
through.
good damage.
And Andrak is still at the ready. His sword is up. He's faceless currently because of his helmet and mask. But he is still engaged in the fight.
Yep. And he looks like he's close to death. Get it? Because he's undead? Ha ha ha.
Haha, it's funny.
Alright. As you do that, you hit him in the back. He sweeps his weapon across. You see the spear does the same sweep as it did before. You see that blue mist coming behind it. Can you please roll a dexterity saving throw?
I sure can. That is a 15.
Oh, shit. That's either the DC or close to it. That is the DC. Okay. So you take 13 points of force damage as the back end of it just barely catches you in this sweep that he does.
Cut in half.
And then he's going to try to bash you with his shield. Does a 15 hit?
No.
I think that's the same thing he did last time. That sucks.
I don't
Alright.
think he's actually hit with the shield yet.
Nah, but he's going to keep trying because it's what he does. After that, that's all he's going to do. He would just stand there, raise his shield, and smile.
3 more
Just
swings
undeathly
coming at him. Andrak's respecting the duel. First swing is a 21 to hit.
A 21 will hit, yes sir.
Second swing, 14 to hit.
Unfortunately, at 14, he just raises the shield.
Third one is a 28.
That'll certainly hit.
So I'm going to roll the two together because they're just standard hits. So he comes down, he hits him, he goes for the side swing, the shield blocks it. followed by a thrust, totaling to 19 points of slashing damage.
19 points of slashing damage. You are definitely hurting him. He smiles as he cries out in pain. But it's like a wispy kind of sound because, he ain't got no fucking vocal cords.
And that will be Andrak.
Alright. So, this guy will step around you, kind of dancing with you as you guys fight. He does not get his sweep back, so he will simply try to bash and stab. We're going to go with the shield again. Boop does a... 16.
Nope.
Alright, so he's going to thrust straight outwards with this spear again. That is a 17 to hit.
That's a miss.
And a 19 to hit.
That hits.
Hey! That is... 9 minus 2, 7 divided by 2, 3. You take 3 points of slashing damage. And then 8 points of necrotic.
Very cool.
That
Andrak
is the
takes
end
it.
of his turn.
Alright. Continuing this dance of the blades, shields, and spears, Andrak's gonna swing 3 more times. Ooh, that's a 12.
Unfortunately, it just hits his armor.
Second one, dang, another... Man, that's a 14.
It hits his armor, doing nothing.
And then a 27.
That'll hit. You could take him out if you roll really high.
Alright, coming in, he clings off shield twice, followed by a good uppercut that does 14 points of slashing. Almost max.
He had 12 hit points left.
Oof.
He raises his
Huzzah.
spear. He raises his spear as you cut off his arm that holds the shield, and as it hits the ground, you see it disappears. He raises his spear in like a salute as he himself dissipates into the air, and you get another boon.
Oh boy.
Do you have one in mind, or do you want me to come back to you?
I had one in mind specifically if this statue ever showed up.
Hey,
Uh-oh.
And
tailored.
it's only because it fits with the god it is, the
Mm-hmm.
boon of the berserker. You grow stronger the lower your health falls. When you are reduced below half your hit points, you gain advantage on all your melee attack rolls. Whenever you are reduced to 1/4 of your hit points, you roll twice and take the higher number.
Isn't that what advantage is?
No, on the damage.
Oh, on the damage. Gotcha.
Yeah. And it was exclusively if this statue showed up, because God of War.
That is badass.
Sick.
And Andrak will sling his sword on his shoulder and step back, bowing his head to the statue of Ares, and stepping away, back towards the party.
You feel a sense of respect in the...
Malachi gives him a pat on the shoulder as he walks back. Well done. It was impressive.
A worthy foe, stronger than some fiends. Does anyone else intend to take the challenge?
I am more than
I'm-
willing to take the challenge, but if anyone else would like to go first, by all means.
I'm not much of a... It's not my style, I would say, so...
The druid doesn't want to do a one-on-one duel with a fighter?
Oh, you think I cannot take him? He pulls up his sleeves,
Them's fighting words.
Old-timey boxer.
Put up your dukes, son.
Fisticuffs.
Kyriaki, Palace, you both seem to enjoy a good fight.
I would love a chance to fight. But
Malachi holds out his arm towards the statue.
why are you waiting for me? Why not go?
Merely being polite. Fine, okay. I'll go first then. Or second, I guess. Malachi will approach the statue next, I suppose.
All right.
What were you going to say, Macy?
As Andrak comes back to the group, and as you start to head towards this, or Malachi starts to head towards the statue, Eldora will turn to Andrak. You seem to have a respect for him that's higher than the others that we've come across.
It is a matter of the past.
Well, whatever it is, you did good out there.
I took the challenge he gave to me, like he has before.
Yeah. Eldora will shake the flooding thoughts out of her head, and she will turn back to watch Malachi's fight.
As the sweat glistens off Andrak's bare arms, his biceps hulking in the sunlight. That's not where you were going? I thought. Oh, my bad. I misread that.
The flooding thoughts. Malachi gets up to the statue, takes a knee, pulls out his sword, and just kind of places it in front of, down towards the ground in front of him. Looks up to the statue. Ares, Lord of War, I come to test myself, as my friend just has. Will you allow me as such?
I will allow it. But if you call me a lord again, I'll come deal with you myself.
Malachi's eyebrows kind of go up. Understood.
Do your business and go.
He smiles a little bit. This is the best interaction he's had with the gods so far. He stands up with his sword in hand, ready to embrace this challenge.
After a few seconds, like before, you see one of these guys come out of the wall itself. Same exact looking one, although he looks fresh for battle. You can see the ghostly figure inside of this hoplite armor. If you would please, roll for initiative.
Aye, Captain. Oh, that's an 8.
Yeah, that didn't sound good. Okay.
Malachi's waiting for him. This is all a part of my plan.
You have to let the enemy move first so that you can respond in kind.
Yeah, I get to see what he's made of first, even though I just watched him fight a second ago.
Oh, you got a 16. Where'd he go? Boop. Okay. He's going to smile, raise his spear in respect.
Malachi returns by holding his sword up across his chest with a nod.
And then he runs at you and jumps and lunges his spear out at your chest.
Oh god, my chest.
Does a 26 hit?
Uh-huh.
I'm really glad that hit because that was really cool looking, so I would have been kind of mad, but also I'm sorry.
Bring it. Let's see how quickly I die.
Never. Oh. So, that is 6 points of piercing, 6 points of necrotic damage as he pushes his spear into your chest. And then he's going to try to hit you with his shield as he raises it upon landing. That's a 17 to hit?
17 misses.
Oh.
You said 6 points of necrotic and what else?
6 points of necrotic and 6 points of piercing from the spear.
Gotcha.
So.
Okay, thank you.
After
yes, the 17 misses.
Alright, after the shield comes up and tries to bash you, you see right behind that is the head of the spear moving around the shield. That is a 21 to hit.
That'll hit.
Already? Did that go through? Oh, that okay. 11 points of piercing and then 9 points of necrotic damage as the spear comes around the shield and stabs you like in the side.
Ah. Okay.
He is slightly kind of squatting with one leg back in almost a lunging position with his shield up and spear out. It is your turn.
All right. Bonus action. Malachi reaches up to his forehead and then brings his finger down towards it and casts the Hexblade's curse upon it. And then he's going to follow with 2 swings from his sword. First attack is going to be 27 to hit.
27 will hit.
And the second attack is a 24.
Yes, sir.
All right.
It's a hell of a good hit.
Yes, and so he's doing attack damage. This is not a demonic entity, so I'm not going to count the against demon damage, right?
No, sir, he is not a demon.
Good, okay. However, he is taking 4 extra points of necrotic damage from each of these attacks as I've cursed him. And it's going to be 38 points of damage.
Oh, golly. Yeah, that's a lot.
So Malachi moves in, he does the curse, and then, like, sweeps the sword around, knocking the spear to the side, and then spins it and slashes him twice across his chest. And that is my turn.
Alrighty. After that, as you hit him, you see the shield come back up, and he tries to shield bash you. Oh, that's a 26 to hit?
That is a hit. But
right.
I'm going to use my Armor of Hexes as a reaction.
Ooh, what is
The
that?
target. If the target is cursed by your Hexblade's curse and hits you with an attack roll, you can use your reaction to roll a d6. On a 4 or higher, the attack misses instead, regardless of the roll.
Oh, that's going to help you a lot. 4 or higher, huh?
4 or higher.
So we got
but it's a
50 pitch
2.
shot. Oh.
Yeah.
Well. Okay, here's what happens.
Yep.
You take 10 points of bludgeoning damage.
Okay.
And would you please make a strength saving throw?
Strength saving throw. Yeah.
This is where Andrak would have always passed, but it's fine.
God damn, that's only an 8.
You get knocked to the ground as the shield comes up from his lunging position with full force on that back leg and just knocks you prone.
Fair
And
enough.
then you see the spear come straight down at you.
Owie.
Ugh, terrible rolls. 16 to hit.
Miss.
Alright, he's going to try again. 21 to hit.
Yes.
Alright, so the second one sinks into you for 9 points of piercing damage and 9 points of necrotic damage.
Okay.
As you are prone on the ground, he has the shield up to his chest, leaning over you, spear in hand. It's your turn.
All right. I'm going to use half my movement to stand up. So he does kind of a roll to avoid the first spear, gets stabbed with the second one, and then does another roll, kind of leaping to his feet. He's going to take 2 more attacks on this thing.
For a guy not wearing armor, you're really holding your own.
Yeah. 29 for the first attack,
Jesus. Yeah, that'll hit.
and a 31 for the second one.
Shockingly, that hits.
Cool. There it is. Okay. That's going to be another 37 points of damage to him. How's he looking?
He looks dead.
Oh, brilliant.
No, he was already dead.
Oh, because he's a specter. You got me, Todd. Well done.
I'm sorry.
Well fucking done. I thought I was cool, but no. He does, in fact, still hit those attacks. So he rolls up. He bashes the shield kind of away with his foot and then stabs him into the chest.
How
Pulls
much
the sword back out?
is just the 1d4 necrotic?
Yes.
Okay.
So it'd be 8 points of necrotic damage is what he took. The rest is normal.
I just saw he's actually immune to necrotic damage.
Oh, well, shit.
Oops. He's also immune to poison because he didn't have any blood.
That makes a lot of sense, actually.
And exhaustion, because, he's dead.
Let's see here. I think I don't have anything else that I can hit him with as a bonus action, since I don't have my scythe anymore. Yep, that's it.
All right. Man, this is going so well that I kind of want to stick to it, but I also want to sweep at you. So I think he's going to, being careful of the statue of Ares because you are right by it. He swings his spear out, sweeping it across at you. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw? I know, it's your worst save.
With pleasure. How's a 25 do me?
You take 9 points of force damage. As you duck out of the way and avoid this spear and just catch barely the mist of it, you see that shield coming back up. 17 to hit.
Miss.
And
He ducks the shield.
It is your turn. That's all he can do.
Alrighty then. Malachi is feeling a little done with this fight. He's going to make his attacks, but this first one, he's going to throw a Banishing Smite on it.
How thorough are you?
So, does a 23 hit?
It does.
Cool. And he's going to add 5d10.
Oh, shit.
Is that right?
What?
Let me read the spell.
That's way too much.
Banishing Smite, 5d10. Smackaroony. 56 points of damage, and assuming that didn't already kill him, if it got him below 50 hit points, he gets banished.
So he had 43. As you hit him with this and you see the smite kind of blow up on him, he almost like Thanos mists away, and his smile is the last thing you see as he's looking directly at you and smiling.
Brilliant.
And you have earned... Oh, I don't know what that is. You have earned yourself a boon.
Brilliant. Feeling empowered by the truly impressive display of combat that he has just embarked with this guy, Malachi has just taken on the boon of Eldritch Blast.
Is this where you become a real warlock and you know Eldritch Blast?
This is where I become a real warlock and can use my Eldritch Blast as a bonus action. And I can change the damage of the Eldritch Blast to any type of damage of my choice.
Ruh-roh, Scrappy?
Which means that Malachi can now attack twice with his sword and 2 rays of Eldritch Blast as a bonus action as well.
That is badass.
Malachi dusts himself off, looks at his wounds, and says, "Damn good fight."
How is Malachi looking? Was that even half his hit points?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he went from 93 to 24.
Oh, so it was actually a good fight. Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. You're like a glass cannon. Shit ton of damage, but oof.
Mm-hmm. That's the build. Malachi returns to the party and looks at Kyriaki with a smile. Like, he actually looks like he really enjoyed himself with a smile and says, "You're up."
That was fun. All right. Kyriaki will approach. Now what to say?
I'm thinking of my sarcastic response, so feel free.
Okay. Kyriaki will kneel before him, but with, like, both swords already out in the ground in front. Ares, God of War, I come seeking a challenge. May you grant it.
You hear almost a laughter. I don't really like pets, but if it's a challenge you want, you got it?
That was a dig, but she'll take it.
What do you do?
I stand and ready for a fight. But when she stands up, she brings both of her swords up and she spins them in her hands, around, like the hilt around her hands, and catches them.
Alright. Roll for initiative.
Okay. Come on, Kiri. Really good initiative modifier.
Does she?
Yeah. That's a 23.
That is really good, yeah. Which is sad because he also got a really good one. But it's fine.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You spin the weapons in your hands. You see nothing. You just feel coldness around you.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask you a personal question?
Depends on how personal, but sure.
Does a 22 hit?
Yeah. But he has to roll with disadvantage.
Why?
Because of foresight. Kyriaki procs
You
it
can
at the
see the future, dog.
Kyriaki procs it at the beginning of every turn or every day.
So all creatures have disadvantage?
That's how. Yeah, let me double check just to make sure. You touch a willing creature limited to see the immediate future for a duration. That target can't be surprised and has advantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throw. Additionally, other creatures have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target for that duration, and it lasts 8 hours.
Okay. So that kind of worked out. So I will not give them I didn't give them a surprise round because I remember that. Mm-hmm. But I will say that when they attack, they do not have advantage. Mm-hmm. And you see them as they attack. Everybody else sees them. You see one on each side of you swinging from like an incorporeal invisible space. Okay, 14 to hit. And
Misses.
Then the 22.
That hits.
And then 23. And then another 23.
Yeah.
That's terrible. 36 points of damage.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Not for you.
36 points of damage is a lot for anybody.
That's half my hit points.
They're about to have disadvantage the rest of this fight. I don't want to hear it, young lady. 18 points of slashing, 18 points of piercing, 18 points of necrotic, as these spears come out of invisible space, and everybody else sees them become visible as they try. Unfortunately, it is Kyriaki's turn.
Alright, so the one in... she's gonna attack the one that's behind her, further from the statue first.
That will be number 1. The one behind you will be number 2.
Alright, the first hit is a 27. The second
Shockingly,
hit
that hits.
is a 31, and then with the offhand... Actually, with her bonus action, now that she sees she has 2, with her bonus action, Kyriaki is going to use her Rendering Blow, dealing an extra 1d6, and, actually, no, it's an additional 2d6, so she does an additional 2d6 damage.
Nice.
So, first attack, 20 points for the first hit, and then for the other hit that landed is 11 points of slashing damage. So, 31 points of slashing damage.
All right. You see it grit its teeth in pain as you hit it.
All right. That's the end of her turn. She used all 3 of her abilities.
It almost glares at you as it sweeps its spear out. Can you please make a dexterity saving throw?
Sure. 21.
You take 7 points of force damage.
Mm-hmm.
Right as you dodge that one, you see the one behind you do the exact same thing. Can you please make another dexterity saving throw?
Yep. God. That's a natural 20 for a 25.
That was wild, Becca.
Thank you. I didn't realize that was a natural 1. The first one.
That damn foresight.
From 1 to 20.
You take 7 points of necrotic damage. Or, I'm sorry, force damage from the one that was behind you also.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see both of them try to push out with their shields. So 19 from the one in front of you to hit.
That hits.
He hits you with his shield for 11 points of bludgeoning damage. And can you please make a strength saving throw as I roll a d100 because the second one got a natural 1.
Ooh, boom.
Oh no. What is a 95 on the fumble table?
He's an unaware moron. He hits his friend, dealing double damage.
That's so fucking funny. He got that.
Oh, that's rough.
That's what they get for having 2 fighters.
I'm going to use one of my inspirations to re-roll my strength saving throw.
Okay, I'm going to save the description of this.
Okay, I got a 21.
Alright. As he hits you and barely clips you with you stepping out of the way, you see the one behind you lunging forward with his shield. And as this one's lunging forward and the other one's lunging forward, he smashes the one in front of you in the face, dealing 13 points of bludgeoning damage to it.
That's doubled.
Nice.
Well, yeah, I rolled 2d8 and then added his damage modifier.
Oh, okay.
It's a shield, it didn't do that much. I'm like, what did you expect? Jesus.
Oh, I'm at half
Guy
health.
chuckles a little bit.
Oh, that's rough. Huh?
Hmm?
Huh?
Eh?
What?
Orange Peel say
What?
what? Todd's an Orange Peel. We heard it on camera.
Got him.
I don't know what's going on anymore. I
Yeah.
forgot whose turn that was.
It was yours.
That was the first one. Yeah. Okay. No, wait. That was both of them at the same time. Okay. Kyriaki, it is your turn. You see him just smacked in the face by his friend.
Yeah.
He looks hurt.
Yeah. Kyriaki is going to swing on the other one. Or the one in front of her still.
I was about to say, don't split the damage.
No, I'm not. Alright, so a 23 for the first hit.
Mm-hmm.
A 14 for the second hit.
Unfortunately, a 14 will not.
For the offhand, I swear to God, if you crit on the offhand, I'll cry, because you always crit on the offhand. 24 for the offhand.
A 24 will hit. Why wouldn't you want to crit with the offhand? A crit's a crit.
Yeah, but the other hand is better.
That's why I say it night to myself.
Yeah, I don't think Kyriaki's gonna survive this fight. That's 14 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. If you roll good.
That's 7 points of slashing damage. So
As you slash through him, he dissipates.
Oh, one more.
But you
Got
do
this.
have the fresh one behind you. To your
Yeah.
back.
yeah, as she does that, Kyriaki will turn and face the next one.
Number 2 stares you down.
Yeah, I feel a little better now that there's not 2 poking me. I might survive.
You got this. He's still got this advantage.
Yeah. That's the end of
Alright.
Kyriaki's turn.
As you turn to face him, you see... English is not fucking working today. As you turn to face him, you see this shield come up to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Boom! Does a... Well, even with them combined, it wouldn't hit. But, I'm going to ask anyways. Does a 10 hit?
No.
Ugh, that's rough. This guy and that shield, dude, it's not working for him. He sighs dramatically as you see the spear come up from his side to your face.
Mm-hmm.
Does a 15 hit?
No.
He frustratingly swings the spear down, trying to just slash at you with it. Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? Does a 9 hit?
Yeah.
Yes!
No.
It hits
Damn it.
the ground.
Wow. Okay, so he has disadvantage, so I just want to read off his numbers real quick to everybody. 3, 6, 10, 8, 2, 4. His best hit, his best, 2 hit there is a 17, discounting everything else. Would that have even hit Kyriaki?
A 17?
Yeah.
No.
Were you rolling D10s instead of D20?
You would like to fucking think so. Becca turned her shit back on.
It's not his day.
Alright. Kyriaki, it's
Float
your
like a
turn.
butterfly.
All right. Kyriaki. It's like as this guy's hitting, she's either parrying with her sword or completely dodging out of the way. And his last hit when he slams down, she moves around him to hit. His side away from the shield. Alright, the first hit is a 29. The second hit is a 23. And then bonus action.
That hits
Use
him
another
his next life.
Yeah, another hit. Oh wait, I got to one more roll. It's 28 for so. Let's see.
Yeah.
He's
You're
gonna feel this
messing
when he
around.
comes back to fight Elda.
They hit.
Boop. So that is a total of 28 slashing damage.
Well, that hurt.
Yeah, she spun around him and is now behind him, attacking his back.
Do you want to really do it, or do you want to...
Sure, I'll move behind. I'm still in his range. He can't actually hit me.
So, as you do that, the rest of you see him smile as he becomes incorporeal and floats backwards through her to be on the other side of her. And then he slashes at her. Oh, wait, no. He shields at her. Kyriaki, you see the shield come up with a... Son
With
of a
a what?
bitch. That is a
With a what, Todd?
natural one.
Yeah.
Kevin or Dylan. I don't give a shit. What is that, 88?
Oh god.
Oh my god. This.
Oh no.
I love this.
You want to do it, Dylan?
He's a moron. Hit self double damage.
Oh my god.
He's hit his friend and himself more than he's hit Kyriaki.
Oh. He does 7 points of damage to himself.
Mm-hmm.
Thankfully, he
Plonk.
rolled low. Kyriaki, you see him frustratingly throw the shield. I will -2 from his AC, but he's done with this fucking shield.
Watching a warrior, a spectral warrior throw a baby fit, man. That's great.
He throws his fucking shield and then stabs at you twice with this spear, just straight out.
Mhm.
Oh! Oh! Damn it! That was a natural 20, but it's an 18 with a 25 to hit.
That hits.
The second hit
Mhm.
is a 17 to hit.
That doesn't hit.
Oh my god,
Alright,
this guy's
fine.
got.
Wow.
That is 8 points of piercing damage, 7 points of necrotic.
Okay.
You see his shield disappear as it was thrown to the ground. His AC has been reduced by 2,
Got
but
it.
it is your turn.
Oh, this poor guy.
He's having a rough day.
He didn't sign up for this. When he sold his soul to Ares, he thought he'd have fun just beating up weak people. Now he's dealing with this shit. He needs to rethink his contracts.
Alright, so the first attack is a 28, second attack is a 25, third attack is a 25.
Yeah,
He
those hit.
he really needs to see if he can at least get dental on his plan.
Yeah, it's rough.
That coverage look like, man.
That's really bad damage. 21 points of slashing damage.
All right. He's not doing great. And I mean that in every way.
Mm-hmm.
He is one solid hit away from going back to the underworld.
Mm-hmm.
But it's his turn. Oh, I can't do that anymore. You know what? We're going to sweep. Wait, let me see if I can sweep. Okay, we're not going to sweep. You know what? He's just going to stab out twice because I don't feel like looking to see what else he does. All right. Straight out with this son of a bitch. That is another natural one.
This poor guy. Jesus.
You want to hit that 88 again, Todd?
I feel like I don't win
That's
the
an
boon if he
87.
takes himself.
Oh no,
That's
it's
about
the
the
same thing.
Is it
No,
really?
that is 87 to 88 more on hit self double damage.
Oh my
Same
god.
thing.
So he's
This guy.
he's immune to his necrotic damage, but this D8 is still going to hurt.
I feel like I don't
Oh.
win the boon if he takes himself out.
That's
Wow.
his strat. That's his strat. He's
I
gonna
rolled
kill
two
his-
D8s. I rolled 2 1s. This is just sad.
Wow.
He's killing
Rolls
himself
are-
softly.
Mean.
He still has his spear, so I guess he's just gonna angrily try to just lash out with the butt of it because he just hit himself and clipped himself in the face a little bit by trying to lean forward, and he just leaned forward too much. So he clipped himself in the face. He's just gonna swing out with the butt of it, trying to hit you.
Okay,
That is a 19 to hit.
that hits.
He's not hitting
feel
you with the spear part of it because I said he wasn't. Oh my god. You take 5 points of bludgeoning damage because it hit you with the
Ooh.
butt of the staff.
I feel like it's not that he's inadequate as a warrior. I feel like it's that Kyriaki moves in such an completely off way when she fights that no spectral warrior could ever really match the way that she moves. So he's confused because she's moving strangely. That's what I'm imagining.
Hecate felt slighted by Ares.
I mean, okay, it's your turn.
Okay.
Almost deserved after throwing 2 at her.
Bruh.
The first, I'm just gonna do one hit at a time. The first hit is a 25.
Oh, fuck. Yeah.
That's 11 points of slashing damage.
Well, he had 8 hit points, so as you slash through him, he just looks at you and just has no emotion in his face. He's just blankly staring as he disappears let's get this over with.
What the fuck just happened to me, bro?
Bro, I'm gonna have to
You hear
talk to
this?
Ares. I gotta get at least...
That spectral's not coming back. It's a new one.
Yeah, that one's going to the underworld forever.
He needs to get at least chiropractics on his fucking insurance. After
Ares
that,
ain't forgivable. He's dead. That spectral is never living again.
From the
Straight to
statue,
the lowest level.
you hear this distant voice that says, "You're fired!" That poor bastard.
He's getting tortured by Irenaeus in the underworld.
Kyriaki, you have earned the bone.
Yeah. Let me pull it up again. I know what I want. I just have to, and I think it's really fitting who I just got it from. From
Well,
what I've
it's the
chosen.
Tell me what you want.
Let me
What's
get
you
to
really,
it.
really want?
Yeah, thank you.
I would like
Everybody's on it.
the boon of rage.
Uh-oh.
You have lit the flame within and have received greater power because of it. You have learned the rage as a barbarian can. If you are not a barbarian, you learn to rage, which you can use 3 times for a long rest. Oh man. Foresight and rage?
Insane.
I feel like it's really fitting to get this from Ares, though.
What does the
What
rest of it
other-
say?
Yeah, what's the rest of it say? You left us
Oh.
hanging.
Oh, if you're not a barbarian, you learn to rage, which can be used 3 times per long rest. If you're already a barbarian, which doesn't count because I'm not, you gain plus 10 feet to your movement speed. You are immune to being charmed or frightened. During the duration, your melee attack counts as one side larger, dealing double their normal damage dice. You use your strength and constitution both increase by plus 4 during rage to a maximum of 24. Rather than a normal
Brutal.
20. Yeah.
She's faster and scarier.
Which also essentially means that during fights you will have 20 more hit points, I believe.
Oh, yeah. Vicious.
If you are not aware of how rage works, then I will let you know that if you don't do damage or get hit, you fall out of a rage. So just be aware of that and be careful.
Yeah.
I doubt she'll have a problem doing damage.
Kevin, I don't remember asking your fucking opinion. I'm kidding.
That's okay. They come free of charge.
Damn it.
As Kyriaki gets back to the group, I assume she's coming back towards the group.
Yeah, she's also like stretching because her muscles hurt a little bit because she's a little sore. She's also a little beat up looking. Took a lot of hits.
Malachi looks at her. He's like, "That was incredible. You had 2 of them on you, and you still beat them like it was nothing."
To be fair, one was really beating itself up. That was quite strange.
It beat up its comrade as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think one might have lied on their job application.
I don't know what pool Ares draws his spectral warriors from, but yeah, I don't think that guy's gonna make the cut anymore.
He barely made any cuts, except to himself and his friend.
Impressive, nonetheless, Kyriaki. Wonderful job.
Yes. Good job. Hendrix looks more concerned about what the fuck just happened to that one guy than he is like, oh, that was great, you did so good. He's like, what the fuck was wrong with him? Look, numbers should be better.
We'll ask Hades when we get to his statue. Hey, what about that spectral guy? Did you get a new addition from Ares lately?
Yeah, Ares was like, this guy sucks, you can have him back. I'm like, cool, I can go put him back in the useless moron category where I brought him from. Get pranked, Ares. Get pranked.
Aldora will ask, did anyone else want to challenge Palace?
Palace looks at you like you're crazy and just shakes her head no, and like kind of ducks around the corner.
She ain't about it.
She ain't about that life.
Okay. Aldora will take a deep breath and take a step forward. Mm-hmm. Not fully going to the statue quite yet, but to ready herself, she will cast 2 enchantments on herself.
Ooh, what you casting?
So using the boon, she will first cast Shield of Faith on herself.
Smart.
As a soft, faint golden glow will appear over her armor, granting a +2 to her AC. And then she will cast Crusader's Mantle. And then the last thing that she will do, because it is not concentration, she's nervous as fuck, she's also gonna cast Aid on herself at 3rd level.
Damn, you really are self-buffing.
She's stacking up.
Yeah.
She said, not today, son. How many? Also, you also target other creatures as well if you want to. Just Aid hits other
I think it's an
It
AoE
lasts.
thing.
Yeah.
I'm rereading it. So it's basically a +10 to my maximum hit points. And current hit points?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does it cost more to give it to everyone else, or is that a part of the spell that happens anyways? 'Cause
You can choose up to, or choose to do so.
She doesn't want to give it to other people. She's like, nah, this is all mine, bitch.
Well, hold on. I guess I could, because it does last up to 8 hours. Kyriaki and Andrak can get that aid for future things, future battles that we come across.
Sweet, we got outdoors aids.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Ultra will go up to the statue. She will look up at the statue and say, I accept any challenge that you bring.
Aldora, as you kneel before the statue of Ares, you feel an uncomfortableness as you sit there, and you kind of shift a little bit in your armor, wondering if it's maybe just your stance, or the atmosphere, or the grass, or the sun beating down on you, or maybe this statue towering above you in its ferocious state that it stands in. But you feel uncomfortable, and then you see the sky darken around you. The sun is no longer at its peak. It is no longer noon. It is dark. It is cloudy above. I mean, there's not any clouds that you can see, but the sun seems to be grayed out, darkened out. And you feel this burning inside your armor. Like all of a sudden it got really hot and it feels like it's 100 degrees in there. All of a sudden you start sweating. It's not like a fire. Like it's not hurting you physically, but it's just like a severe uncomfortableness. Then you hear the voice. You come before me after the atrocities that you have committed. You met with outsiders, and you hunted down and killed my brother. And you want my favor? You come before me, and you should thank every god you have ever heard of, that I am not allowed to kill the followers of Athena anymore. I am forbidden from doing that. But that doesn't mean that I cannot have retribution. And I will. I hope you suffer today. And I hope you know that if you ever run into one of my followers, you need to turn and go the other way. Otherwise, you'll be sent to the underworld, and I will ensure that you are punished in the most desolate of ways. And as he says that burning feeling you feel seems like it's piercing your skin. Everybody else around you, Kyriaki, Malachi, Castor, Pallas, everybody doesn't see the dark cloud or hear the voice. But they all of a sudden see you scream out in pain as your magic items, one of them shatters, piercing your skin and piercing you from inside of your equipment. We'll see which one that is next week.